Go Denmark! This year's semifinal dark horse. Replace the Welsh. Wales made the semifinals in 2016. It's time to hand over the dark horse torch over to Denmark. This is a predominantly Danish crowd over at Amsterdam. Ajax make their, it's funny because all the Tottenham Hotspur guys were Ajax, like Eriksen and Odegaard and Vertonghen, and that was who they defeated to make it to the final of the Champions League back in 2019. All three of those guys, Eriksen, Vertonghen, and Odegaard, were playing at Ajax, which was why it was such a big deal that the whole Belgian team felt the shock and the trauma of everything that happened on that day against Finland. And, luckily it didn't hurt Belgium at all, but they have Toby Alderweireld, they have Jan Vertonghen, they have Romelu Lukaku, so obviously Belgium felt the emotion from this. Okay, there are some Welsh fans over there, but this is Denmark's time. I wonder, you got to look out for the minutes here. We got to look for the 10th minute at all for a goal. 36th minute potentially. 47th minute. All minutes that we can look out for a goal. I think Eriksen and cardiac arrest both have Jamachi 36, but Denmark enters a year with 30 points all time in the competition, and so I think 33 is happening today because of Finland having Jamachi 33. Also, don't forget that if they were to make it to the semifinals, that'd be 36 points if they win in the quarters in regulation, because if they don't win in regulation, then that's just 1 point, because the points is determined by how the score is in regulation. So I like 36 points for Denmark here entering the semifinals, 36 points.
Last time he refereed a Wales game. One of 7 players on the pitch for whom a caution today would mean suspension or a potential.
And Gareth Bale, he said that he wasn't going to play like it's his last Welsh game. Really? Who says anything like that if you're near the end of your career playing for your country? Don't you want to play like it's the last game if you go out of the tournament? I mean, sounds like a guy who's been sitting his ass on the bench collecting a paycheck and playing golf. Nothing changed at Spurs for him as far as I can tell.
First country to lose their first 2 games and still get out of the group. There's still a belief that there's something special among this group, and a lot of it is the partnership of Delaney and Højbjerg.
Christensen's really good. He plays for Chelsea. Schmeichel for Leicester City. Højbjerg, young player for Tottenham. And there's plenty of talent to go by on the Danes. There's Aaron Ramsey, who was a flop at Juventus. He hasn't had a good tournament so far. He's missed chances, and he's had 2 assists, I think, in the last match. Yeah, he missed a penalty. We're talking about Gareth Bale. They lost to Italy's reserves. Wales should be able to lose today.
Playing for their absent teammates with the backing of much of the watching world. And Wales in the red. Perennial underdogs.
Go!
More than usual.
Oh!
Great weight on the early burst dealt with by defender Pepper.
Red corner? Saves fish. Yeah, I thought that it was going to tackle the ball out of bounds. I guess not. Needs a tissue. I gotta watch the corner first before I get a tissue. That's a throw, and I wasn't paying attention.
People within this arena is with Denmark.
Okay, they're passing it back. I'm gonna have time to go get a tissue.
The two sets of supporters very different. The Danes, as long as they can get in and out of the Netherlands in less than 12 hours, they're allowed to skip quarantine. Wales have been treated very differently as a country now outside the European Union. A colourful band of backers are, in theory, not allowed to enter the country, although one or two have clearly managed to sneak in. It's Delaney. Care. The bookmakers have Denmark.
Yeah, I get more tissue at the store, but I'm just using a paper towel right now. I like 36 points for Denmark to enter the semifinals. They're absolutely my dark horse team of the tournament to make it to the semifinals. And Jim Christian Eriksen, like the announcer said, this is the first time that, well, they're playing at the stadium that he made his Ajax debut. I wonder how rigged this really is.
And I think it's extremely important that Denmark's on the front foot of trying to open up that Welsh midfield.
They can make the final of the Euro, make the semifinals 29 years after they won it in 1992. That's 2021. That's Dimancia of London having Dimancia 29. They can go make it. Also, they've got the cross on their flag. Cross has Dimancia 29. Let's see, 3, 9, 12, 18. Cross is Dimancia 20. It actually equals 20, so not 20, not 29. It equals a simple Dimancia of London, though. Left.
Bale. And now it's Moore. The run of the fullback Roberts getting forward in support. Number 14. Ramsey.
Come on, Denmark. It's going to be rigged, though. I know you won't do much when you have the ball. Denmark should be able to beat them. I mean, they lost to Italy's reserves. I know, the goal scorer, I forgot his name. It starts with an R. But, come on. Andrea Peloti plays for Torino. It's not really that consistent. Verratti played. I think Acerbi played. Federico Bernardeschi played and he sucked for his club. Well, he hit the frame of the post. These guys are just better than Wales players.
Left by Allen, delivered by James. The deflected header. It's a corner away.
1-0 for Eriksen. Something to ponder about. Could the score end 1-0? Could it end 1-0 in the quarterfinals? Could be 2-0 too. Something to think about, but that's probably what the script is for. Is for Denmark to replace Wales as the dark horse of this tournament. And if the Netherlands win, then the Danes get a big win against the Orange, the Orange, because Orange has got Jamachi of 33, and so if they enter the Netherlands match with 33 points all time, then it would explain just how scripted it really is. So we got to go see how true that is. Plus, um, I think with the Netherlands, well, Ajax is a Dutch team. They're a Dutch team. So what if that's why they face off against the Netherlands? That's probably why the Netherlands win their match in this round. I mean, unless if they bore is a bottle job, and if the Czech Republic is going to be easier for Denmark, then I suppose that's probably why. I mean, the Czech Republic made it to the 1996 final against Germany. So I mean, that's why the Czech Republic would make it if that is the easier opponent. But I think the Netherlands got some pretty good connections with the teammates of Eriksen. You know, back during their days at Ajax. You know, this match today is over at Amsterdam. It was right when they played the Danish national anthem that the announcer said this is the stadium that Eriksen made his Ajax debut, and this is Amsterdam. So it's going to look pretty good for Denmark. We just won't see many goals, maybe.
Simon Kerr.
That's the right idea by Schmeichel to catch the line of Wales off mark, but that was just too deep to his attacker. But that's the right idea. Denmark are looking pretty good right now. I really didn't want to wake up for this game, but I forced myself to wake up. I'm still really tired right now. I don't know why I'm waking up, but I gotta go drink water during the middle of the night because it's really hot here in Arizona. I don't know why I'm not sleeping well right now.
Gives him a different look, doesn't he? He's got the profile of a number 9, but at times he likes to play more of a link-up player. He's got real good technical skills, and he's had some great successes in this building. It's remarkable when you think of the quality of player that Ajax has brought in throughout their entire time. Casper Dolberg is the youngest non-Dutch player to ever score a hat-trick for Ajax in this building.
Something about this place that doesn't make me sleep well, I know. I really want to wake up for this match.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Same here.
I want to go somewhere that we can control the AC well at any time of the day.
Yeah, tell me that.
Yeah, so I will come up with my own
major
list of
tournament.
things that
58 World Cup quarterfinal, Euro 2016 semi-final.
Sure.
Bale, one of their inspirations 5 years ago, locating Joe Allen. Now it's Ben Davis.
Yeah.
Inbounds by Bale.
Well, we have to figure out how we want to make that early or how long our lead is.
Burrell. Connor Roberts. Aaron Ramsey. Bale.
Woo! He missed. Of course he did. That was wide.
Just a fantastic positioning from Gareth Bale to the pocket of space.
It was not going to disrespect Eriksen like that in the 10th minute. Get out of here. He wasn't going to get the goal in the 10th minute and then the 11th minute. Not going to happen by the numbers for you, mate.
So much of it is playing off of Kiefer Moore, but a lot of it is where.
See, that's not how you play like it's your last game. And Gareth Bale said he wasn't going to play like it's his last game for Wales. That was the wrong message.
noticeable, Taylor, that Andres Christensen, one of the centre-backs for Denmark, who spent a lot of time striding forward into midfield last time against Russia, very much on defensive duty today.
Ryan Giggs could lose his 10th match for Wales today in tribute to Eriksen.
So that's where Gareth Bale now
Didn't see that at all. Was mostly focusing on the all-time Euro table, which that makes the most sense.
Is down the left, so Christensen has to defend and operate in those spaces in behind to protect the Danish defense.
But I like 33 and then 36 points because of the fact that Eriksen and cardiac arrest has Shamachi 36. Did I say that in the chat?
Couple of chances, couple of swings, couple of misses.
Let me go mention that right now. Because that was certainly cardiac arrest, if I'm not mistaken. Sort of like how Maradona had his whole death last year in November.
Play for Liverpool now in the Championship with Stoke.
I'd probably go say 1-0 for this game.
Bale.
There'd be 15 teams left after this game.
And Bale tries once again. You would see this is such a better start from a Welsh perspective because look at where Aaron Ramsey is.
And that's where you get the Jamachi of Wales. Now, is Wales going to lose or is Wales going to be one of the 15 teams left? That's all up to you. But the fact is, Wales having Jamachi of 15 shows you how they script the schedule, too.
There's no real threat now. Gareth Bale finding spaces. Now he's getting more critical touches in key spots. Great start from Wales, especially in the final third, in the first 13 minutes of this one. Quite the setting today. 55,000 capacity. The last 25 years, the home of Ajax.
Foul! What are you doing? This is rough doing. Boo! Boo! Oh, you're not calling a foul against Højbjerg there.
You said it in the opening parts of this game. Keep from horrible.
He stepped on him too. Come on, man.
Big of a body as he is, he's very mobile.
Oh, come on.
Just in the backsides of the midfielders, challenging every single ball, and it's just so contagious for the players in and around Kiefer, which is why I just feel like when he's in the lineup, it suits them more than when we've seen Aaron Ramsey in that false number 9 role. He was in an unusual position. He's 6'5". He's usually the biggest giant on the pitch. Today, he's up against an opponent in Vestergaard, who is actually taller than him. To think he was a non-league center back in 2016, and in 2014 he was a lifeguard. Yeah, what a fantastic story. In Torquay on the English Riviera, as much as England has a Riviera.
Oh, he missed the ball.
Grandparents of Carnarvon. Here's Bale. It's Ramsey, double deflection. And out comes Schmeichel, great filling together.
Yeah, Ramsey hasn't done much at all.
It's just a quiet confidence within this Welsh group for how successful they were in 16. They've only had 2 losses in the last 16 competitive games. But that confidence doesn't exist if you don't have Aaron Ramsey and Gareth Bale. And already we've seen a great connection between the two in the first 15. You mentioned Ramsey, you mentioned Bale. Those two both played the last time that Wales managed to beat Denmark, which was nearly 13 years ago.
I don't know if Ryan Giggs is on the sideline at all because he had, what was it, a soul charge or something? Or what was happening with Ryan Giggs?
2-0 at home, a couple of goals from Christian Eriksen. And then trying 2-1 in Cardiff.
So I don't know if he's on the bench tonight or not. I wonder if Ryan Giggs is Welsh or not. or if he just hired a
Similar
successful
soundtrack to
Man
those games in
United player.
Copenhagen.
Okay, he is Welsh. You want someone very competitive like Ryan Giggs, so this is a great guy to have if you're Wales. Anytime that you don't have Bale or Ramsey anymore.
So duty is Ben Davis, and in his eagerness, Braithwaite.
Yeah, that's a foul
Davis to the floor.
right there.
Fantastic defending from Davis here. Just a solid, reliable player, good leader in the back, great understanding of what his strengths and his weaknesses are, but knowing that Braithwaite had him 1v1, good defending. Davis, who is...
Is it Davies or Davis? Is the E pronounced at the end?
The first to speak to the Danish player when he was recovering in hospital. Braithwaite.
I don't know what they're doing right there. They just kicked it straight out of bounds. I don't know what they're doing.
Roberts. Morel. Roden. James.
Straight to the keeper. A pretty easy shot.
James, who 5 years ago, in 2016, was watching as an 18-year-old from a sun lounger in Marbella. As Wales reached the final four. Tap score.
Go, 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 go. Get the ball. You're in the box. Come on. Make a move.
Hoybier. Baylor. Thomas Delaney.
Clean head. Oh!
Here's Kerr.
Make a move.
Joachim Baylor.
Took him out.
Joachim Roberts.
Corner.
Of Danish supporters, all of them here on the basis that they get in and out of the Netherlands in the space of 12 hours. And fleets of buses waiting at the German border until the last possible moment before setting off into the Netherlands to bring them to the stadium. Maximise their chances of getting in and out without having to quarantine. Strugalas Udinese with this corner. And a well-delivered corner too. It'll be another corner inside this time. More of a dangerous ball here for Danny Ward to have to deal with. Strugalas drives it back post. Danny Ward a little bit in no man's land, but good defending from Wales on the back post. See, the other aspect of this is when you defend this well, you've got James, Bale, and Ramsey on the counter from the Wales perspective. And so if they do defend this well, James right now is worried about the short corner, but the ball's played over and he becomes an outlet on the counter. Delivery towards Care.
Another corner?
Third corner in succession.
Another corner.
Three of the central defenders are up. Provide the bulk of the ballast and the aerial threat. Way by Moore.
Good decision there. Play back to Hoiberg. No one was to be seen over there.
Passing to the game so far, Taylor, to encourage both teams, but I would suggest particularly Wales. Yeah, because they've been more on the front foot. They're not sitting in that mid to low block that we saw throughout the group stage. They've been on the front foot a little bit with their defensive posture that's forced Denmark to play a little bit more direct than they want to, and I think that works in their favor. Now, the other problem with that, though, is when the ball does turn over, the few times Denmark has gotten in spaces,
this is predominantly Danish crowd today.
The success for Wales would all be on the positioning of Aaron Ramsey and Gareth Bale, and so far so good because they've asked some questions of the back three of Denmark. See, this is the posture that's different. Against the Italy's and even to a certain extent in the group stage, they sat in a little bit more. Now pushing Ramsey further up. Kiefer Moore's going to put in the work. Force Denmark to play very quickly and not so much vertically the way they have between the lines and Delaney and Højbjerg. It's been a good start to this one. First of the round of Euro 2020. Spread over the next 4 days.
Play on, play on. Oh. Free kick. Number 22 with the foul after 22 minutes by the numbers.
Really has no place to go. That's a clumsy challenge. Strigalas breakaways.
He's open.
Delaney and Roberts.
He just purposely airs it for a corner. He purposely heads it away for a corner.
Fantastically timed run.
Why not just kick it away to the sideline for a throw-in?
He's in an onside position, but now you've left him unaccounted for. Those are the kinds of runs that we saw throughout the entire group stage. Remember, Kasper Hjulmand and Denmark created 15 chances per game. That's only second to Italy in the first 3 games. They will create chances. They just lack the quality with the final play or final decision. Great run from Delaney out of the midfield. Now we've seen that Strigalas takes a decent corner from this side. Last one was driven into a corridor of uncertainty. This one's heading the same way.
Struggling with the corner kicks right now. Denmark look pretty well right now. They're getting opportunities. Maybe not good chances, but opportunities.
In their last 2 games, he's got a minor injury.
Get the ball back. Go! Just holding it back. Okay.
Just a few supporters around the stadium wearing orange. Suggests that the Dutch neutrals, who did the request of Kasper Hjulmand, the Danish coach, are dressed in red and white today. Mark's normal national colours. Braithwaite.
Bear hugging. That's a foul. He was bear hugging. What are you lying about? You're bear hugging him. That's a foul.
One of those who is one booking away from suspension. It's a little thing, but just Casper Dolberg is so smart, knowing exactly where the defender is. Rodon's behind him. He's pulled him in that precarious position as a center back that you never want to be in, and knowing exactly where he is on the field, knowing that if he draws a foul in this instance, he gets a yellow, and now you've got a center back that now the back of his mind can't take chances, can't leave that line and defend him. It's a little thing, and it won't go really noticed by many people, but Dolberg, great spot there on Rodon. Round of 16 at Euro 2020 continues later today on ABC. Italy looking so good so far, taking on Austria at Wembley. Ian Dark and Stuart Robson at the microphone from 3 p.m. Eastern. Coverage begins at 2:30. And it's on ABC and, like all the other games, streaming live on the ESPN app. We also have a beauty for you on ABC tomorrow, Belgium against Portugal. Mela.
There you go, open space. Wales are starting to get exposed there. Are they getting tired?
Here's Dolberg.
Dolberg! Go!
The latest contribution in this extraordinary unfolding tale of Danish deeds of daring do.
So who will the Danes face? The Dutch, who play at the Amsterdam. Ajax, his first club, which is Dutch. Going to be the Eriksen tribute. I think that's going to be precedent over the Czechs trying to make a run and make it back at Wembley like they did in '96. Have a good trip. Czech Republic made it to the 1996 final at Wembley, so that's why you got to give the Czechs some attention just in case if they blow their bottles in. But the Dutch should be able to advance. It'd be the Danes trying to upset the Netherlands. It'd be the Three Lions of the Netherlands, trying to advance to maybe play the Three Lions of England. The symbolism is very strong here for the quarterfinals. But I want to go stick with Denmark. The Freemasons want to, then they can keep Denmark at 33 points. But if they want to script it for 36 points, this is the season to do so. So you could say that they're trying to beat all the Three Lions, if that's the case. Well, I don't know. There isn't Three Lions on the Netherlands logo, but the Netherlands are the orange lion.
Danny Ward has that shot arrow towards him. The combination and just running off.
So 1-0 in trip to Eriksen. Is this scoreline going to hold up, or are we going to see 2 goals?
Receiving the ball in the half turn, but then having the awareness.
Dolberg was the goal scorer.
And that's the one thing that is impressive about
the space was definitely starting to open up. I don't know if Wales was starting to get tired or the script called for Denmark to go score there. Dark horse team, Denmark. The gematria is very spot on Dolberg. Dolberg has gematria of 66 and 37. Excuse me, of 63 and 36. 36 is clear. 36 points to make it to the semifinals. Cardiac arrest and Eriksen have gematria of 36, as previously mentioned in the chat. Now 63. 63 is Orange, if I'm not mistaken. So I think this is looking good for the Netherlands. It's also Euro 2020, if I'm not mistaken. That's got gematria 63. And he's the first goal scorer of, you guessed it, Euro 2020. In the knockouts, that is.
turning form in front of the fans that adored him. It's offside. So what followed was academic from down score. In fact, it's another former Ajax fan who has stepped into the.
I think Casper, it's the last thing I need to type in.
But it's also been the introduction of Dunscore, hasn't it? You know, we've seen Danish media all around the world talk about.
Yeah, I guess he's had 27 matches before this match today.
You had to put him into a situation that I think Casper Hjulmand and Denmark probably didn't want to.
Denmark!
20-year-old that's
Look at that, 27 appearances. Wow. Can't script that any better, can you? 27 appearances today before the goal.
He looks confident. He looks up to the challenge. And at times his movement, you can talk about the technical ability, but the attitude and movement is that of a 25, 26-year-old that's playing in his second European Championship.
Go Denmark! Denmark! Do it for Eriksen! Come on! The world rooting for you today, except for some Brits. Now, here is what I am going to be asking you about. Because if England lose to Germany, what y'all going to say?
And again, Mikkel Damsgaard.
Ah, that was close! Ah, that was close! Oh, man! Sure. Right? Reggie, man. Hey, yo, I changed my phone number, bro. I changed my phone number. So, Reggie, just go to my email here, yankee312hotmail.com, baby. Send me an email, Reggie. I changed my phone number back in November. I got a new phone. My old phone broke. That's why that number's not calling. It's calling a different number. So go to the email, Reggie. I'm watching soccer, man, but Phoenix Suns go win the championship this year, man. Then we're going to get that LeBron three-peat. That LeBron tie Michael Jordan. No damn three-peat. Going to tie Michael. 60 years later, 6-0. I see a 60 with JFK's election, with Biden's death, with LeBron's resurrection from his so-called death and the end of his career. So, man, we go get that, man. But I'm excited, man. If the cheapest ticket is $1,000, maybe $1,200, go see the Phoenix Suns win the championship, amigo. It's all good, man. I'm all happy, man. I mean, Phoenix Suns win the championship this year and see King LeBron win back to back. That's how I like the NBA, mate. That's how I like it very well. Go Denmark! All verticals! Come on! All verticals! They need to feel my energy now. Feel the energy, the universal energy of Christian Eriksen in your veins, baby. Look at that crowd. It's all day. How can Denmark lose this game? They cannot lose this game at all. So Denmark to replace Wales as the dark horse of the tournament to make it to the semifinals. This has everything. This has everything for Belgium. This has everything for Romelu Lukaku saluting his mate. This has everything for Denmark making it to the semifinals. Yeah, they're a dark horse. I got one dark horse in my bracket. Belgium and France and Denmark. And well, what was I going to ask about before my brother Reggie came in? Thank you for coming in, Reggie. Just go send a message. Maybe I can send you my phone number, and then, if you want to chat or whatever, that's all good when I get the time. So, Brexit, that's a yes. They will. So, I'm asking Brexit. So, Wales, England. So, there is that narrative, but I got to go stick with the Three Lions still. I could care less if England get knocked out because that means that I'm not going to get all nervous or whatever that they might rig it for England. So I'll actually be happy if Germany defeat England. So I will not mind it at all. But knowing how rigged it is, going to rally for the knee. England going to go win the rigged match.
They've almost been stunned here over the last 5 minutes. That's the more remarkable thing over the
This
last
is like the
7
sixth corner. There's a lot of corners this game.
John, they've only given up more than one.
Wales have had most of the shots, but Denmark have had more of the opportunities, if you ask me.
Does this suit them? I don't know. I think it's important. Obviously, you don't give up a goal going into halftime here. Delaney. Know that.
Now cross!
Get Delaney.
Oh, get it! Hey, bullshitter! Hey! Now's a chance. I ain't foul him there. Woo! Woo!
That's a difficult one from that perspective.
Yeah! You had a chance to get up. Come on now. 36 minutes. So definitely the script is satisfying. The Danes going to replace the semifinal team from last year is the theory. So right when right when the announcer said that this was a stadium that Eriksen made his Ajax debut, and it's very, very clear what the script is, Everyone know that the NBA Finals is going to be Bucks and Suns. Now, but come on, man. Did you see last night? There going to be no comeback for the Clippers in Atlanta. That's just what's going to happen there. It's going to be different. New blood, but not that new blood they talking about. Oh, what if Clippers had Kawhi? It's all rigged for the conference finals next year. Be the Clippers against the Lakers. Gareth Bale's on the. Nope, the guy 17.
Sean Connolly, the physio, immediately to him.
Well, there's an injury, so let me put the orange juice back in the fridge.
Connolly, who was the physio for Cardiff City for many years. Chris Gunter is one of those warming up. Nico Williams, the other. Both potential replacements. Wales temporarily playing with 10 men.
So it's either going to be Brexit for all the English teams or all the teams from the British Isles to get knocked out of the tournament in the round of 16. That definitely is a plausible narrative. That's something that definitely going to happen if you favor the Germans. But I got Brexit in terms of the trophies. So there's like two angles how you want to interpret Brexit. If I interpret it as all the teams getting knocked out of the round of 16, that's all good. But if you want to interpret it as no teams from the British Isles win the trophy for the Euro, then that is definitely Brexit symbolism too. It's all about how to interpret it. Now, if England do pull off the upset, it's coming home. Well, sorry, Brexit means no team from the British Isles wins the trophy. Wales, Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland, and England. And Denmark, which is out of the mainland. The mainland Europe. Hit him in the face like that. What's he doing? What's he doing right there? Gee, man, he needs to look out. Know what's going on. Fuck out, Strian. Fuck them, man.
Are below his shoulders, which Mark Blackburn and any referee will tell you So just because Simon Kerr doesn't jump up as Nico Williams comes in here for Connor Roberts, sorry, that yellow card is difficult to comprehend.
There's a good pace.
Replacing the unfortunate Connor Roberts. The adversity for Wales deepens a little. Line, or doubly unfortunate as he would seem to be the victim of a yellow card that might in other circumstances not have been awarded, and it means that if Wales go through he will not be able to play in the quarter-final. I'll remember 5 years ago missed Ramsey and Davis with a semi-final because of suspension.
Italy's history with the Austria-Hungarian Empire, declaring independence, gaining some lands back from Austria-Hungary from World War I. They're part of the Triple Alliance between the old German Weimar Republic, the German Empire, and the Austro-Hungarian Empire. But then obviously the truce broke in 1915, and the Italians are on the side of the Allies in World War I. And got to go read up on the history of that. I think that's how it's going to be rigged for Italy to defeat Austria.
Delaney. Morel. Bale.
Go! He was reading the ball there.
Ragged for Wales at the moment. Great weights.
Man, you blew a chance to get across.
Does a player's reputation play into a decision like that on occasion?
Halfway there.
I don't think it does.
And then Denmark can pull it off and advance to the next round. It's a good start to the bracket.
If the arm is up and it's raised, then clearly it is a yellow card and a foul. But this one, the arm is really below. It's on his way down, and I just didn't think it was a foul or a yellow card. It's doubly unfortunate because it means he would miss a quarter-final. Thank you, Mark.
I just have to watch that video and see where I spelled Finland incorrectly because I spelled it with one N. Finland, that's one N. They spell in the video with two N's, Finland.
Difficult spot for the 20-year-old, right? You come into this when you haven't properly warmed up, and now you're into this. You've got to get to halftime.
1-0 for Eriksen, or we see another goal for Denmark.
So Nico Williams just needs to be very smart, simple. And then obviously, I think his versatility and explosiveness coming out of that wing-back spot will be a huge asset in the second half. Goal scorer is the player down. Goal arriving in the 27th minute. And even if you're not a very good lip reader, you can clearly see Welsh frustration. Williams. Hoybier. Chris Coleman, former Welsh manager, and Julie Fowdy standing by with their experience and technical expertise to explain the whys and wherefores of this first half. We're front and centre of our half-time coverage. The Olays are the
Wow.
at the moment, and this is Baylor. Half-time is going to be more welcomed by Wales. To told that there will be 2 extra minutes here. Toivier. Vestergaard. Yeah. Left by goal there.
Oh, he slipped! He slipped!
Might have been going wide, but Ward couldn't take the
Another corner!
Denmark have gotten into some fantastic spots here. And Sugar Larson isn't a player that loves 1v1 ability. He would rather deliver ball in from about 25, 30 yards. Fantastic crosser of the ball. And Ward had to be careful on that near post. You know, remember, Wales has the extra day of rest. And so at halftime, you regroup. But you've got to come out this second half and be ready to punch Denmark in the face the way you did the first 15, 20 minutes. Being on the front foot. Since the goal, there's been a little bit deer in headlights, and Denmark now has had the momentum going into halftime. Struger Larsen. Moore. Rodon, second attempt.
Cleared away.
Maybe I'm trying to whip up the crowd on the far side. Hard to imagine they could produce much more noise. 16,000 sounding like 60.
That's a smart foul. This will probably be set to halftime.
Daniel James, and there's no time for this attack. Daniel Siebert, German referee, shrill couple of beeps on his whistle.
47-minute half.
Continuing on their merry way. A goal from
Christian has got Demacia 47. 47 minutes. This match is all synced up with Christian Eriksen.
Still, Denmark won.
It's all part of the script.
Exactly. That's what it felt like. First 2025, Wales looked really good. And then second 2025, I think it turned over to Denmark.
Yeah, they just showed that bit of class, bit of composure in certain positions, and they kind of now wrap the game by the scruff of their neck. So for me, I think I would change the formation half time if I was Rob. I'd change Kiefer Moore, bring Brooks on, and go with 3 centre backs. I'd go with Ramsey and Brooks in the end.
I don't know who this guy is on the right. I'm watching ESPN coverage.
They don't mind the physicality with Kiefer Moore, but they don't like
Whose scarf is that over there?
So that's why I would do it.
Oh, that guy managed Wales. That's why. That's why he's wearing a scarf in there.
In the next 15 minutes, we'll fight with the second half.
A quick 10 minutes of commentary goes straight to the commercials and either advertising slots, don't they?
Get a freshly made footlong from Subway instead, with crisp veggies on freshly baked bread. Just order in the app. Ditch the burgers.
Choose better, be better.
Subway, eat fresh.
The only way to take Mina's down is to team up with the other survivors. Thank you for coming with me.
What the hell is going on?
Welcome to Minos Escape Rooms. We all know how this works. We play the game or we die.
Minos do every move we make.
Exactly. So strap your anchor.
I think we found something.
Yes, we made it. It's happening. Good luck.
Escape room tournament of champions. PG-13 only through this July 16th. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April. You're shot down in May.
Okay, at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals on all smartphones. Let me break it down. We got your new customers. They get our best deals. We got your existing customers. They also get our best deals. Everyone gets the deals. Question. Got it. But why don't you use a payment method? Because I want to make sure you remember. I'm going to get a new whiteboard.
It's not complicated.
Only AT&T gives everyone our best deals on every smartphone, like the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free.
Whatever life throws at you, baking adventures, pizza nights, or big video calls, work your magic with OxyClean White Revive for 40% whiter whites than glowing bleach.
This is pasteurized processed cheese food. It's only required to contain 51% cheese. This is a Sargento slice. It's the one that makes mouths water. That's 100% real, natural cheese. Frankly, nothing else compares.
Sargento, we're real cheese people. When Advanced Security protects all your connected devices, it also protects his devices and their devices, and technically his devices too. Get Cox Panoramic Wi-Fi and protect all your connected devices.
Or with Leanfire, even trusted by celebrities for their fitness routines. Rush to Walmart today for Leanfire.
They're celebrating in Copenhagen because Denmark lead by a goal to nil at half-time, which would send Denmark into the quarterfinals of Euro 2020. Still 45 minutes to go. Julie Cloudy and Chris Coleman are here to give us their thoughts on the first half, and Wales started it rightly.
Really, yeah, front foot, we started up the pitch, Gareth Bale going to some lovely inside right positions when he was coming onto his left foot, attacking that outside centre back for Denmark. And we got his, as we see here, this is when he wants to be on his left foot. It's a sweet strike, but it's always going past the post. But those are the positions we want Gareth Bale and Adam Ramsey in. Unfortunately, Denmark can come back into the game, didn't they, Julie?
Yeah, and that ball by Vela, just before defenders. Goldberg, what a half he's having. Very comfortable, as you heard Taylor talking about, playing in that familiar stadium. And there's Grace Waite staying onside, keeping him onside. Hard for Danny Ward to see that one as well.
But even if you've been in an offside position and blocked the goalkeeper's view, it's still a really difficult one for Danny Ward to stop. But they've looked vulnerable since the goal, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. They're just playing some lovely football, like defence splitting passes. They're even splitting our midfield or our defenders. A pass that takes out 3 or 4 of the opponents. And look at the bodies in the box. We talked about the overload at the back post. And they've done it on this occasion. It's not a fine save from Danny Ward, but at the minute they are very much in the ascendancy, Denmark.
In the ascendancy, but only one goal to the good in Amsterdam. It's 1-0 at half-time. Denmark scoring first in a knockout stage match at the Euros for the first time since the Euro 92 final, which was 29 years ago to the day. However, they've been on top in the latter stages of this one, Denmark. Do you feel that there's more to come from them? Because the question mark was whether they might start to feel a bit tired from the high emotion.
The emotional roller coaster. Here's what we know about Denmark. You give them some adversity, and they can play, and they can play from all over the pitch. I mean, this example where Mela, this ball that beats 4 players, and then Goldberg with the finish. Goldberg getting his first start at this European Championship, right? Paulson couldn't come in. They've had 5 different players score 6 of their goals. And when you look at even every stat you look at for Denmark, they've had 10 players involved in creative chances, second only to Italy. I mean, this is a team that's playing from all different lines. And I think that Dansgaard combination up front is working so well for them as well.
Been really good. Nothing from our point of view. I'd be saying to our players, this could be our last 45 minutes. So take away the fear. We know how good Denmark are. We know what they're going to do. What we're going to do about this. So I would tactically change certain things. I'd also say to our guys, go and play with a little bit less fear like we did in the first 15 or 20 minutes. Get up the pitch. We need to take a chance. It's only 1-0. If we can get Denmark on the back foot, get some momentum, Denmark will get nervous. They could run out of gas because they have 1 day less of rest. So that's what I would do.
The bad news, Chris, is that Wales haven't won in their last 3 Euro matches when they've conceded first. The good news is that you have your lucky mascot, as we saw just before the last break. Di the Lamb.
Die the lamb.
Yeah, he's going to bring Wales luck in the second half. Denmark, of course, will be hoping that they can hold on to this lead. Wales showed what they could do with Gareth Bale early in the first half, but they trailed by a goal to nil going into the second.
You were ready to show the world real talent. But the story's the same everywhere. Women get paid less to do the same job. We need equality. That's exactly what we're fighting for. If they win, no one wins. If we win, everyone wins.
You didn't do anything wrong. Just didn't know Miller Lite has more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra. Now you do.
Impatience is a virtue.
Advanced Japanese phrases. Feel, make way.
When you know what you want, waiting isn't an option. You got this. You got it.
The time is coming for us to get out and go again, to visit all the places we didn't know meant so much. But we're all going at our own speed. At Enterprise, peace of mind starts with our complete clean pledge, curbside rentals, and low-touch transactions. As more and more people hit the road, we're going the extra mile to help, connecting you to all the places you love. Enterprise.
Whoa, Susan.
Oh, I'm looking for coupon codes.
Well, Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies. You call shopping smart, not hard.
But I don't have a Capital One card.
You should get one, but you don't need it for this. Just download Capital One Shopping to your computer. Free.
Ooh, save me some cheddar.
So, when's the party? Oh, you love party, do you?
Really?
I never joke about hot cheese.
Me neither.
Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Dr. Nefarious, you lose. Tragic. The boundaries between the universes are coming undone.
Max. You okay, Bolts?
Dr. Nefarious just found himself emperor of this dimension.
Ratchet, we need your help.
Everyone standing up.
The Lexus ES. Every curve, every innovation, every feature, a product of mastery.
Get 0.9% APR financing on the 2021 ES350.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. Later today, it's Italy with a perfect start in the group stages of Euro 2020 up against Austria for a place in the quarterfinals. 2:30 Eastern for all the build-up on ABC. What are your thoughts, Jules, ahead of that one?
You know how I feel about this, Kels. I love it.
You bought your ticket for the Italy train a long time ago.
I've been on that train. And so this is, I think, this side of the bracket, as we know, is tough. I don't think, and I think the danger for Italy is they look ahead because it is so tough. But I think this is a game that Italy will have.
Well, I think that, yeah. Austria have been impressed with Austria from defensive, lovely offensive play, but they're up against an Italian juggernaut that they're not about to stop at this stage.
So Italy not about to be stopped, but could we see Wales being stopped by Denmark? They lead by a goal to nil at half-time. Dolberg with the difference between the two sides.
Technology is easier to use. Here we go. Barriers don't stand a chance. That's why we'll stop at nothing to deliver our technology as a service.
It's my time to come alive.
At PNC Bank, we believe in the power of the watch out. The make way coming through. The storm alert.
Dad.
And the subtle but effective ding. That's why we created Low Cash Mode, the financial watch out that gives you the options and time needed to help you avoid overdraft fees. It's one way we're making a difference, because we believe how you handle overdraft should be in your control, not just your bank's. Low Cash Mode on Virtual Wallet from PNC Bank.
After being locked in that vault for years, we've finally done it. Dr. Pepper, 0 sugar. Ralph?
So is this why you never texted back?
Yes, that's fine.
I would have understood. Oh, it's perfect.
I made it.
You made it.
We made it.
She made it. Group project. She made it.
The zero you deserve is finally
Kawhi's out. Here we go. Phoenix Suns Nation.
You'll have the expertise of a team designing best-in-class strategies for your business, the same way a picture makes this car hub. So you can focus on, winning.
I found other winners who are going to help us take Minos down.
Welcome to Minos Escape Room. We play the game or we die.
Lowe's is home to value. That's why we're introducing the Lowe's Price Promise with competitive prices every day. If you find an exact product from a qualifying retailer for less, we'll match it. Home to any budget, home to any possibility.
Why the scientific
Wonder how long these halves are. Are they 14, 15 minutes, or are they going to be like 18, 19 minutes because it's a major tournament and their advertising slots to be covered. I mean, I've noticed out the NBA playoffs, I'm noticing this with the Euro.
Denmark poised to take their place in the quarterfinals. Can Wales get back into this game, taking it through the second half?
Good.
Okay, the 12
It's 14, 15 minutes, which is great.
Thank you, Kelly. Denmark 45 minutes away from their first win in the knockout stage of a European Championship since the final of 1992, 29 years ago today, when they shocked everyone by beating Germany, at the time the world champions, in a tournament where they'd only been called up to play a few days before the event started, following the forced withdrawal of Yugoslavia. Very different narrative, of course, driving them this time. Here they are in Amsterdam, where the overwhelming majority of the support is behind them. In position A to claim a trip to Baku, preparation from this Brazil. Bale. The left-hand side in this second period. Beckham. Question that Denmark have captured the imagination far beyond the borders of Europe, not just amongst football fans either. Maybe in Amsterdam, but it feels, sounds and looks like Copenhagen, given the degree of Danish support. Portugal was more. So unfortunate to be cautioned in the first half. Nico Williams, who came on as a replacement for the injured Connor Roberts.
Go Denmark! You're going to win. Let's make this a clean sweep today. 2 for 2. More on that on the next video. Roommates off the vacation at San Francisco, so yeah, I'm paying attention to the Cats a little bit too. Just play your game. You don't give Wales too much space. This is how you take care of the second half. Wales are definitely going to be possessing it more than they did towards the end of the second half. They're going to look like how they were in the first 10, 15 minutes.
3 games, and they were against Belgium, France, and Italy.
Take advantage of possession, getting shots, and being aggressive in the midfield to try to win back the ball. And Denmark, if they can counter on that, then that's good. They can put the game away.
I mean, Simon Kjær went right through. Great weight.
Denmark need to come out and put the game to rest. Jump!
Well, clearance.
Yeah! He does it again! Denmark! 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 They did it for Christian! Oranje! Here you come! Over at Amsterdam today! Over!
As they should. I mean, this is 100% a foul. Just because Kiefer Moore is 6'5".
I feel good for Denmark. I feel good for Denmark. That's why the ref played on. Rigged. It's rigged. That was an offside, but hey, that was a foul there by the ref. He could have stopped the play, but nope. He plays on. He plays on. He shoots and he scores. Nice juke move there. Nice cross. Crosses it straight to him. Straight to him. I think that was okay. That was Williams that did that.
It is, and we can actually back that up by getting Mark Flackberg to join us. Mark, interpret all of that for us, please.
It's all right. They're keeping the goal.
Decisions. Was it a foul in the build-up? How far do you go back into the play? The VAR checked the foul, but would it be very subjective?
Oh, right, I told you they weren't going to call that foul. Feel good, man. Ref, play that shit up.
This was too far from that in order to go back.
Now why is it rigged? Denmark Gematria 66 and 30. Corona Crown Gematria 66 and 30. Does it end 3-0 for the Danes? That's a big question to find out. That's a good question. By the numbers. The 28th appearance, Gematria of Crown. We start to see the references to Corona. Belgium went 3-0. Italy went 3-0. People are thinking Italy's the favorite, the dark horse this year, but save the Italians for 2024, the year of the dragon.
Just because you're big and strong and you have that profile doesn't mean that now you have to referee differently. Kiefer Moore was fouled by Simon Kjær.
So this match could end 3-0.
Now, in saying that, you're also 75 to 80 yards away from goal.
Let's type in the full name of Christian Eriksen. So we didn't see the 42nd minute or whatever that is. Christian Eriksen is Gematria of 83. 83 is Gematria football. That's why I played for an English club.
Sixth Danish player to score twice in a match in the Euros. And Dane has ever backed a hat-trick.
This is an old Dane affair. They got exactly what they wanted. They got victory.
Behind once Euro 2016. Great weights. Against Belgium in the quarter-final, but that was only one behind. That's goal. Sees if his luck is in. Breaks for great weights.
Yeah, this game is clearly over. I don't have anything else to say about this game, but if it is 3-0, then it's pretty interesting. 2 goals in 2 matches. I wonder if this helps Italy later on during the day. Because Italy's got Gematria 22. Two matches, 2 goals.
Morale. Roden. Pace was exposed in the build up to the goal. James keeping it alive for Williams. He'll arrive and maybe took the best opportunity away from his teammate Moore by doing so.
Yeah, but for the first time in this game, we've seen a little combination offense more often than not.
Yeah, there isn't much to say left on this match. It's over. We need to get ready for Forza Italia. Forza Azzurri.
So sure, Kiefer Moore even saw Gareth Bale coming in, but this is the foul.
Italy gonna win today. There ain't no doubt about that.
The other aspect is this ball
How they handle Portugal or Belgium.
It was not.
Whole other story.
But Chris Coleman
Whole other
will
story.
tell you, any manager would say, listen, fine, the whistle isn't blown, but you've got to react quicker than
They
that.
can handle, be competitive against any team out there in Europe. But when you're going up against a team in their primes with all of their caps on Belgium, that's going to be pretty difficult. I expect nothing less for Belgium to learn their lesson from Italia in 2016.
Stretch for it. It breaks for Wales.
Wales has a golden opportunity.
Kiefer Moore makes himself available.
And no one was there.
Simon Kerr turns and rants at a couple of his teammates for allowing that opportunity.
Well, if Wales are going to get back into this one, they need to do so much of that off the shoulders of Aaron Ramsey coming out of the midfield.
Delaney's cramping up right now.
On the right, the 2 to Rob Page.
So Denmark picked up its 33rd points today. Finland has to watch up 33. They can pick up their 36 points. In tribute to Eriksen, they make it to the semifinals. Cardiac arrest, Demacia 36. Eriksen, Demacia 36.
Back line of Denmark with the Ramseys and the Bales. They haven't gotten enough from James. At some point here, Page needs to look at this, and maybe it is Wilson and Brooks.
Something needs to change from a Welsh perspective. Not needing any regrets out there. Page before kickoff was to take the gloves off. They're holding back. But Moore in particular must feel he's been dealt a rough hand by the referee.
Wonder when that last goal's going to come. This match could end 3-0 here. They're going to say, oh, Denmark is dangerous. Denmark could spoil England, or Denmark could spoil the Netherlands. So Wales is out. The last British club left is England. Is it going to be a whole Brexit affair? Hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, that's true. That I should have stuck on my original Belgium over Netherlands prediction. Oh, that's the case. I'll just share everybody the link back in April. Correct draws I predicted. I predicted Belgium against Italy in the quarterfinals back in April of 2020. I predicted Germany against England. There were some correct matchup predictions that I predicted back during that time. Some major ones. I predicted Belgium against Portugal back in April of 2020. Brexit's very possible.
Winners in 1992 and the Euro semi-finalists in 1984. Make it 5 years ago.
But in terms of the all-kneeling angle, Finland go out of the round of 16.
Much more than half the size of Los
Belgium all the damn way. Belgium all the damn way. We'll see how UEFA wants it scripted. The bloody English cowards leave around the 16, or is it? I just don't know how you're gonna hype up England for the World Cup against Argentina. I'm glad the England game is 9 o'clock since I can go check that out.
Davis. Bale. But is Daniel James' chance? It was goal bound. Andreas Christensen hurling himself in the path.
It was wall bound.
But again, where does it come off of? Gareth Bale in a real good position, turns, gets it to the end line. Chances are going to come when you're trying to whip balls in to keep for more, because Denmark is so aware of his presence that the second ball's little flicks on here and there. Jesper Huma talked so much about it a couple days ago in the presser, of just being on the front foot, making sure you're aware of the spaces in and around keep for more. They've done well with that for 60 minutes of this one. But that's also why you're seeing Nordahl come into this one, an out-and-out defensive midfielder trying to shore up the midfield and see the game out.
Joe Burrell is also being replaced by Harry Wilson. Parent club is Liverpool, who was playing a load of Cardiff in the Championship this past season. That's a reverse of the Danish change. Mark taking on a destroyer in place of a creator. And Matthias Jensen also has a role to play. Delaney, troubled by an injury.
De Boer was the first Netherlands manager to fail to win any of his first 4 matches.
Tap score coming off. On the back for the young playmaker. He has stepped into the Christian Eriksen role and done so with style and success.
Oh, Denmark has a chance now. This makes Belgium look more impressive after their win against Denmark.
Vestergaard. Rarely does he find himself in shooting range.
So Denmark last lost to the Belgians. And now they're in the quarterfinals.
Ramsey. James. Williams. Bale. Subscriber to the Welsh cause. He feels it when he plays for his country. It's always apparent when he plays for his club.
So there is a Brexit angle with England getting out. There's a Brexit angle for England to lose the final. Both angles are very possible. The Lions of the Netherlands I cannot ignore. But if I've got Denmark in there, then that's going to favor England. Denmark also has the same Demacia as England, because England has Demacia at 30 and Denmark has Demacia at 30. Can be very rigged. Eriksen was a player for Tottenham too. Tottenham wear the white like England does. And I just brought that up, and I'm noticing the time right here on the screen. Tottenham FC Esteban under 25. This is organic energy, is what Gematria is. It's an hour and 25 and so I don't know, kind of funny how that works. 6 area, see a goal, we can see something. See a shot on goal. Out of bounds. Denmark's gonna enjoy it.
With their defensive structure and their shape. You've gone on two defensive fielders next to Hoyer, all just clogging up the middle, forcing Wales to play over. But it's all about second ball being defensively aware, and when you play in the key for more, where that ball falls, where that ball lays, that's going to dictate whether or not you can through.
Well, the winners of this game will face either the Netherlands or the Czech Republic. They play tomorrow, 30 a.m. We'll kick off at noon here on ESPN, and of course it's streaming live on the app as well. Ball. Very confidently clipped about by Denmark. Noble.
I don't know about you, but I think that it's too much to overlook that the fact that Lowe can lose match 96 as a manager versus England. This is what helps England pull off the upset of the ages against the worst German side in years. Oh my God. Because everybody now on the Daily Mail and all the websites are like, England's going to lose again. England's going to lose. They're going to go out. Germany's going to nice and composed. England are going to lose. You know, England are going to lose again. This is probably the best time that England has to beat Germany with the current state of Germany right now. Oh, we rebel against Angela Merkel. Oh my God, we rebel against Merkel and open borders and all that. And then, European Union and Supreme at the end. Belgium get the win. Now, I'm sure UEFA will fuck over England at the end. For Lukaku and Black Lives Matter and Golden Boot. 66 minutes. Any action here? Could this score be 1-2 because of the fact that number 12 scored both goals? I don't know. The only optimism that Wales has left is to make it 1-2 for number 12, the goal scorer, losing 1-2. Aaron Ramsey, they need you, and Juventus needs to sell you off out the door.
20 minutes here. If you get that goal, then all of a sudden this game's different.
But you're going winning nothing. Ronaldo's going out in the round of 16 again.
Yes.
Boom. Ballon d'Or over for Cristiano.
The Danish player within 40 yards of where that ball landed.
Messi's playing like he wants to win Ballon d'Or. He's single-handedly winning 3 points. Lionel Messi.
Solitary other isolated striker.
Messi Messiah is the greatest footballer that has ever lived in planet Earth right now.
Williams. Be reeled back in by Bale.
This is just going to be another round of 16 exit for Cristiano Ronaldo in this leaky Portugal defense and this boring conservative manager who doesn't know how to manage his team. Lukaku easily scores.
No malice in it at all.
It is Porto where he lost in the round of 16. That is Demacia 84 and 30. It is Seville. That's got Demacia of 84 and 30, if I'm not mistaken. Let's type in Seville in the calculator. Indeed, it does. And this is the match. This is the Demacia of Romelu. This is Romelu Lukaku time if you know how to interpret Demacia. Romelu has Demacia of 84 and 30. More references outside of the match prediction video is going to be made. Lukaku has Demacia 44. Tony's going to be 4 for 4, calling Euro knockout of 16 matches by the numbers instead of 3 out of 4. Because Romelu Lukaku, this is his time. This is his time to be a Ballon d'Or candidate, and Ronaldo will be very angry and very mad when he loses to Romelu Lukaku, and he is determined to stay with one more year at Juventus to make them better than they were before, to win the Champions League, to take the Scudetto away from Romelu Lukaku. The script is going to flip in Serie A and in the Champions League for Ronaldo to come back and lead Juve from top 4 to number 1 in Europe, referencing the 41st European Cup. Dolberg is on the bench. Cornelius is coming in. 21, number 12, the inverse, each number. Can't script any better, but another round of 16 exit in 2021 for Cristiano Ronaldo. And another loss at Spain, because who remembers Atletico Madrid? It's all rigged for Portugal. It's all rigged right now. When you go to the table, when you go to the Euro table, that's going to show the groups. For sure, Belgium is going to be the first team to score. 7 goals and 1 conceded. That's Demacia the Coronavirus. That's Demacia Devils. Right, Portugal is at 7 goals, 6 allowed right now because it's the GOAT that is Demacia 76. And now it's all scripted for 7 goals, 7 allowed, because of course it's Lukaku that's got Demacia 77. This is Romelu Lukaku, 1 goal away from the Golden Boot. Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku, Eden Hazard. To be the champions, you got to beat the champions. That's script for the round of 16. Ronaldo gets rest. Ronaldo gets rest in July. Because this guy is 36 and he loves records. He already has the Euro record. He's 1 goal in the World Cup away in World Cup qualifiers from passing the Iranian guy. Heck, Ronaldo can just pile up another record and lose the game. Belgium win 2-3-1. Ronaldo scores. He breaks the record, but he loses the match.
But for this tournament, he's been a huge part of their attack, creating chances, creating 9 chances in the group stage more than any player. And a lot of that was when Gilman went to 3-back. It's allowed Højbjerg to be a little bit more expansive with his play. You now see him top of your screen. He hasn't just been sitting in the middle. He's trying to find the game in some interesting, different spots against the opposition. He's been spectacular.
day of his international career so far.
Now, Ali Day, he can break the record in the Arabian country during the qualifier against Qatar.
1992. Yes, great weight.
110 days from the round of 16 exit to Porto to Belgium, Portugal. That 110th goal, more like getting knocked out of the Euro, and Santos is gone. Santos lost number 14 to Lukaku. It is the end of Portugal as we know it. Not every year can a third place team win the Euro. Portugal are who we thought they were. A leaky defense, a conservative manager. What can go wrong for Portugal? Everything. He was supposed to not concede goals, but Portugal's defense is leaky. It ain't the same.
With a degree of comfort, Allen, Harry Wilson.
I don't know what the ref is calling. Hey, there's a player down. People are cramping.
Is renowned for producing teams that play attractive, positive football. Barcelona and Johan Cruyff is inspiration. That mark has been easy on the eye. It's taken a while to get going today. That's a goal there.
Would be fitting if two teams from the group of death get knocked out of the round of 16.
Two more changes. Joachim Andersen, who's been playing for relegated Fulham in the Premier League, wearing number 2 in the background there. And Nikolai Boylerson, who's a left back.
So it'll be very interesting to see how the Brexit angles get a hold up here for England.
Tyler Roberts is coming on for Wales. Who is lively, but didn't actually manage to score for Leeds this past season. The exception of one solitary goal in 27 appearances. He's not an out-and-out goal scorer.
So if the game ends 2-0, it'd be kind of fitting. Euro 20. Cross Gachamachi 20.
A deal of confusion over the use of the electronic ball. The fourth official there, Ovidio Hatsagan of Romania. An extra tutorial before he does board duties again. Strugalas.
Now this matchup stuff, that'll work. That's not how it's going to be.
And the referee giving them the hurry up as well, because this is a contested opportunity to waste some time. And the Danish crowd rising in particular to Simon Kjær. This on for him. Out of substitutions. That's goes. Simon Kjær has now got a full week to recover from whatever was ailing him, to be ready for quarter-final duty. Roberts being accompanied onto the pitch by David Brooks from Bournemouth in the English Championship. And with the note there is the goalkeeping coach, Tony Roberts. If the ball comes off, pace, mobility of Roberts. Pace of Moore, who has not been dealt a good hand of fortune today. Brooks on in place of Dan James. Four substitutes sent on by Wales, but they have used all three of their available windows. Quite the same accompanying maelstrom of emotion to this Danish display, partly because it's not in Copenhagen. Here is Cornelius.
The guy who was substituted in for the goal scorer.
Eriksen's recovery has, as far as we understand it, gone so well. 2 weeks ago today at this time, the mood was very different. Joe Allen. Echo. Roberts. Hale. Pass. Ben Davis.
Ben Davis, a teammate of Eriksen when he was at Tottenham.
But now it's a different look for Denmark to defend because the focal point was always keep for more. Now you've got 4 or 5 runners coming from various positions. So now the second half substitutes need to be very open with their communication as they chase runners from Wales coming out of it.
Cornelius, eventually Brooks makes the tackle and brings him
Ultimately
to the floor.
brings him down.
2 minutes of coming on. David Brooks has his name taken.
Cornelius was once described as a Toyota when his owner wanted a Bentley, but so far in this one he's been very mobile. He's gotten after it, he's been on the front foot. And he's asked some questions in this Welsh defense.
Call for you, Taylor. Toyota PR, line 2. There's no urgency for Denmark now. Intent is to hang on to what they have. Can sneak a third. That would be a luxury item.
It's 3 months and 6 days
It's great, great.
from Dai's birthday to June 27, a day with 627 sequence for Belgium. Ireland, that's the match of 36. Looks like Ronaldo's going to be breaking the goal record against Ireland in the World Cup qualifier instead of this match. The records pile in during a season in which he wins the Champions League. It's got to happen after this year. Coming with the new manager, too.
Just wonder if you're asking too much of a player when for his club team he's played 90 minutes only once in September of 2020. So while they may have had the extra day of rest, they're asking a ton out of Ramsey and Bale, where with their club teams they haven't been 90-minute players for a long, long time.
Mr. 24, he can break the record on the 24th a week from Ali Dai's birthday. It's going to be another round of 16 exit like we saw with Porto. Gematria is spot on there.
Tyler Roberts. Hale.
Well, 66 days from June the 27th to Portugal, Ireland. Portugal remain at 66 points. This game's got Romelu Lukaku written all over it. Santos loses game number 14 to end his tenure. It's Romelu Lukaku that is Gematria 14. Another round of 16 exit in 2021.
He's a forerunner, fully equipped because he's been all over the field in short time. Big, strong.
Lukaku should be the opening scorer against Portugal if it's really scripted that way.
And Bale, as he's done runs perfectly from that wing.
Another round of 16 exit for Ronaldo. He gets all rested up. The games don't start to pile up. Romelu Jamacha 84-30, Seville 84-30, Porto 84-30. We all know that Ronaldo got knocked out against Porto. This is spot on. The Sun is referencing Romelu Lukaku, the Jesuit himself, not Cristiano Ronaldo. I have no idea if this guy is a Jesuit or not, too, if he really has these religious beliefs.
Note for you for later in the day, Major League Soccer action continues. Sporting Kansas City take on LAFC, two of the most attractive teams in the Western Conference.
Now, Ronaldo broke the record against France. You know what's interesting, too?
Also on the app. Well worth a look.
Now, remember the gematria. Dai has gematria of 19. Ronaldo will not even score against Belgium. These are the facts. September 9 is when Portugal play Ireland. That's September 1st. September 1st. You know what? Interesting about that? That is a date of 1-9. That lines up with the gematria of Dai. Iran, Ireland. I don't know what's up with the IR, to be honest. I don't know what's up with it.
Spaces, he was getting himself some opportunities. He had that one great opportunity in the first half from about 20 yards out. And since then, it's been very quiet.
Wonder if Ronaldo has to break this record in front of his home fans. Estadio Algarve. Opened in 2004, 24-year. Gematria of the Champions League.
The rhythmic chanting is Danish. The predominant colour is Danish. The smiles.
2 months and 5 days, a lot like Ronaldo's birthday from June the 27th to September. 9 months and 3 days, that's gematria of Porto FC. They remain at 66 points, and now the Euro table. Go! Oh, he missed the script. He absolutely bottled the script to go 3-0. That should have been a goal. To be 3-0 for Denmark, gematria 30. We know.
Fragile of lifelines available to Wales. Needs something soon. It's Williams. By Bale. Well defended.
Belgium will definitely be scoring a 30th goal.
Whether we'll see Gareth Bale as a major tournament with Wales again. Williams.
Roberto Martinez. You see the Jesuits in the 46 books in the Old Testament. Belgium's Martinez has 46 goals. Martinez 47th win. His 47th win. The Freemasons in their balance is, it's not giving everybody the win. France Gematria 47, who Martinez has played against. Another round of 16 exit. No one cares about Ronaldo Jr. in this decode. It's all about Ronaldo. Hell, get this. Get this. It shows you how rigged this really is. 208 days from Ronaldo's birthday to September the 1st. That is 6 months and 27 days. You know what's funny is that we're not talking about Ronaldo Jr. Let's just stick with Ronaldo. When you analyze Ronaldo, it's 6 months, 27 days from the birthday. And he loses on June 27th to make that possible. Let's just go away from Ronaldo Jr. Just focus on Ronaldo. This doesn't have anything to do with this son at all. This has to do with Ronaldo himself and his birthday in the second leg against Porto. The scripted goal is here. It's all done. It's all hoax. 3-0 Denmark. As predicted. It's all rigged. What did I say during the chat? This is a really long chat. Somewhere in the chat, I said Denmark at Gematria 30, and the game can end 3-0. End 3-0 Danes at 11:08 a.m. in the chat. I've mentioned that. Rigged game, 3-0, all hoax. Second round of 16 exit on June the 27th. Roberto Martinez, 47th win. That's Gematria, France. So maybe Ronaldo can get a garbage time tap in. I suppose he can break the record then.
The second life has happened. A new beginning for this team. Playing with an inspiration and a belief that they can pull it off. The first team to get out of the group stage after losing their first 2 games. And they've been dominant. They believe that this is their time. And when your fullback Mela puts the exclamation point on top of it, fantastic finish and a wonderful day here in Amsterdam for Denmark and Danish fans around the world.
National goals.
The only concern for those Danish supporters now is the fact that they can't hang around and celebrate for too long, because the clock is ticking.
March the 1st of 2006.
12 hours. They need to get on their buses.
That's Gematria, France, by the way, 29 months.
It is a red card for the Welsh substitute. 3 dismissals at this tournament. 2 have been Welshmen. First, Ampadu.
It would be 6 months from his birthday, March the 1st, Ali Daei, to September the 1st. Remember, that's the season that Ronaldo wins his 6th Champions League title with Juventus. 6 months from Daei's birthday, Ronaldo is going to break the record. He won't even score a goal in the next game.
Red card, no? Red card? Or yellow? Or it's a reckless challenge, sure, but that's a red. Shocking. Mark, for you, yellow or red? It's a borderline because does he really go for the ball? How does he really go for the ball?
This is Black Lives Matter and kneeling for the social justice and racial equality. This got everything for Belgium here. It's over for Bale. He said before the match, he said he's not going to play this game like it's his last game. This is how I knew it was all rigged. It's all hoax. I'm happy for Denmark, don't get me wrong. But the game was rigged. What can you say?
It was quite a story, though, wasn't it? I mean, he was 8 years old. My grandfather, Harry Wilson, put a 50 English pound bet on
2 goals in 4 matches. There's a 24. I responded to the video that I made, about the circumstances of everything with, Maradona and whatnot. A Mr. 24. Ronaldo 0-2 knockouts. 4-0 Juve 2022. There's your little 4-2. There's your 2-4 for the opponent. In his last 6 knockouts, Ronaldo's getting knocked out. He's getting rest. He's getting ready to win the Champions League for Juventus. He already is the all-time leading scorer in the Euro. Ronaldo gets knocked out of the round of 16 twice in the same calendar year, to Porto, to Romelu, over at Seville. Ronaldo gets rested. He wins Champions League with Juventus. If the script is right on this side, that bids well for Napoli in the Europa next year.
Is Braithwaite. And Braithwaite is going to have his joy cut short because the offside flag is up.
Yeah, the offsides there just shows how scripted it is.
You know, the game is winding down, but Cornelius has had a wonderful.
So, that is a Demacia of Russia. That's Demacia of Freemason. These Freemasons believe in balance, man. Plus, when I watched Ronaldo, he got a tap in. He had penalties that was awarded not based on contact on Ronaldo himself. Lukaku is looking like he's the best player of the tournament. Well, Kevin De Bruyne, Paul Pogba, other guys I'm looking out for. Ronaldo's going to prove people wrong next year, man. The epic stream. Got to beat the champions to beat the champions. That's what Belgium has to do. Script is on Belgium's side. A lot of the references I see with Dai may make the month of September the month that he actually breaks the record. That'd be 186 months, 809 weeks. That would be 15 years and 6 days from the end date. 33 is Jumachi 156, if I'm not mistaken.
Most things in the last 10 to 12 days have gone Denmark's way. This is a very tight ball.
Yeah, he stuck his arm out. That was offside. That's a fair call.
Well, they're thrilled with 3 goals.
Germany's not making it to the final. Guaranteed. Germany not making it to the final. Joe Chu going out on a low. Good thing I'm not working for most of the Germany match. The Germany match, I'll be there for the first half and almost like 30 minutes in the second half.
Just fabulous for Denmark. The strangest of celebrations. There's the honest of tournament experiences. And they are doing this in swashbuckling style. With tails between legs. Braithwaite has a goal at long last. And Denmark have simply brushed Wales out of the way.
It's the right foot of Mebane that keeps off.
Just that injury to insult.
Great finish. It's been a frustrating tournament. He's had his chances to score goals. But he's put in the work on both sides of the ball. He's been very active running in the channels, and there, Braithwaite gets his moment. And what a day it's been for Denmark here in Amsterdam.
I'd like to go check out. I will want to release a bracket for Copa America, even though I'm boycotting it because of the fact that they're hosting it at Brazil.
It was already a fairy tale. Soon we'll be approaching the stage where it resembles a Hollywood script. A tumultuous fortnight threatens to become a memorable month for Denmark as Wales make their exit. Brave competitors, Kasper Hjulmand will soon set sail for Baku, Azerbaijan, and a showdown with either the Netherlands or the Czech Republic. Wales had no answers to this force of nature.
Alrighty. Come back here in an hour, everybody. Go get something to eat, do something, relax, get a shower, whatever. We'll be back for Italy and Austria. Live stream there. And then, I think I'll be live for Belgium, Portugal tomorrow.
Yes, Denmark through to the quarterfinals of this competition. Julie, there's a real emotional resonance with this Denmark side, but they're showing that they can do it on the pitch. There's quality there as well as goodwill.
And depth, right? In
Belgium beat a really good team. I left a comment on the Messi win the World Cup. You should have been notified. And in fact, I've got a whole playlist. Messi's going to win the Champions League in 2023 because he's the year of the rabbit. Who knows if Barcelona end up being good at that time? Who knows? But Messi will probably hoodwink everybody. Come back in an hour. I'll be back then.